Hello everyone, welcome to our sports news channel. Here you are always well informed. Leave your like and thank you for watching the video. Coming out of the All-Star break, the Houston Rockets knew they weren't going to be in contention for a spot in the NBA play-in tournament. They were 13-45, had lost 7 straight games heading into the break, and were 2 weeks removed from trading disgruntled veteran Eric Gordon, the team's 4th leading scorer, to the LA Clippers. Still, they held a team meeting to establish a goal for the remainder of the season, to play their best basketball, setting a tone for the seasons to come. It gave us something that we can look at as our identity and something to work towards, Rockets guard Jae'Sean Tate told ESPN. I think that we've done a great job of just focusing on that. We're definitely on the right track and we're beating some teams that are trying to make a playoff run. We're moving in the right direction and there's still a few games that we have left and I'm excited to just see how much more we can even get better. The Rockets of today are far different from the team Tate joined as an undrafted rookie in 2020. That team was built around James Harden and Russell Westbrook and had made 8 consecutive playoff appearances, advancing beyond the first round in each of the previous 4 seasons. Houston had a new general manager in Rafael Stone and a new head coach in Stephen Silas. A new direction, one that would take the Rockets to the bottom of the NBA, soon followed. But now, after 3 seasons of rebuilding, the Rockets are ready to take the next step. At 20-60, Houston has the worst record in the Western Conference. The Rockets are guaranteed to finish in the bottom 3, giving them a 14% chance at the number 1 overall pick and the rights to draft Victor Wembanyama. Regardless of whether the Rockets land Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson at number 2, the team is ready for the losing to come to an end. Tate, in just his 3rd season in the league, is one of Houston's elder statesmen. At 27, he's the oldest player in the rotation and more than 4 years older than anyone else getting regular minutes. He has lived through the teardown and the rebuild thus far and is starting to see the signs from his teammates that things are about to change for the better. Just from my first year to now, it's just been a complete 180, he said. Our record might not say it, but things around here are definitely different and trending in the right direction. Jabari Smith Jr. runs down the floor at the Toyota Center with teammates chasing him. He's jumping up and down and turns to his rushing teammates and says flatly, "I'm a bad mother for," over and over. Smith had just hit a 3-pointer to take a 114-112 lead over the New Orleans Pelicans with just 0.4 seconds remaining. 2 days prior, Smith hit a pair of big fourth-quarter 3-pointers in a win over the Los Angeles Lakers. "I just feel like I'm just playing more free," Smith told ESPN. "Taking the pressure off myself and just enjoying the game. Trusting my work that got me here and just trusting myself. My coaches instilled that confidence in me and my teammates do too. So I'm just playing free and letting it fly." Smith didn't expect to be one of the centerpieces of the Rockets' rebuild. For much of the pre-draft process leading up to the 2022 draft, Smith was projected as the number 1 overall pick to the Orlando Magic. Instead they selected Paolo Banchero, and Smith slipped to Houston at number 3. For much of the early part of the season, Smith's stats reflected his struggles to deal with his unexpected draft day twist. Through the All-Star break, he was shooting just 38.9% overall and 30.3% on his triples. His confidence wavered. "I knew it had the intangibles, but just coming into it and learning, knowing where to be on defense, soaking up stuff from coaches, teammates, and just learning through the mistakes, playing through the mistakes and just learning this league, it's just real different from college," Smith said. Teammate Jalen Green has no college experience to compare it to. He came to Houston after playing a season with G League Ignite. If all goes according to plan, Smith, the number 3 pick in the 2022 NBA draft, and Green, the number 2 pick in the 2021 draft, are going to be the foundational pieces that can take the Rockets where they want to go as a franchise. When Smith hit the shot against New Orleans, one of the first people to greet him on the other end was Green. The two celebrated that night and showed a locker room that has grown together despite the losing they've endured. "We know when we're playing terrible. We know when we're playing good," Green told ESPN. "We know when someone is going through it mentally because everyone in locker room knows everyone. So say you don't take a shot. It'll be like, 'Bro, what you doing? You not being aggressive, not being yourself. Get out your head.' Basically, we say that to each other a lot." In March, there were times where Green and the Rockets looked like they were figuring things out. They beat the Spurs in back-to-back games March 4th and 5th. A little more than a week later, the Rockets toppled the Boston Celtics, Lakers and Pelicans for their first 3-game winning streak of the season. And while they enter Friday's game against the Charlotte Hornets tied for the fewest wins in the West, they are coming off an encouraging blowout win over the West-leading Denver Nuggets. "I think everyone, including myself, finally put their egos to the side," Green said. "I think we're starting to trust each other and be happy for each other no matter what the situation is. If someone's going off, playing better, I think everyone is just happy for each other and all supporting each other." That support has resulted in stronger play, particularly from Smith, who is averaging 15.7 points, 8.1 rebounds, and shooting 46.5% from the field and draining 36.3% of his three-pointers while attempting 4.4 a game since March 4th. The player once projected as the number 1 overall pick has grown more comfortable, and it's something others are noticing as well. Following a loss to the Golden State Warriors on March 20th, Warriors forward Draymond Green was asked how the Rockets compared in March to the Rockets that Golden State played earlier in the season. He said the team was a lot better, but went out of his way to single out Smith. "Jabari's playing is so much better," Green said. "He's shooting it better, but he's just way more aggressive. He's attacking the offensive rebounds every play." When Stone was asked if Smith was taking the shots he did against the Lakers earlier in the season, he spoke about Smith's confidence dip in the middle of the year and how learning in the NBA is hard. But at the end of his answer, he went back to how Smith plays the game. "I think he was taking those no matter what because I think that's how Jabari is wired," Stone told ESPN. "But I do think that the odds of them both going in as he's caught up to the speed of the game and his confidence has kind of come back up this last month or so. I think, the odds of those shots going in has increased." Smith said that Green has been influential in his growth this season, with the second-year player constantly giving the rookie advice on how to improve. "He went through his struggles last year," Smith said. "Him just telling me to stay with it, know that it'll get better. Knowing that the game will slow down and just trusting it, He said it's not easy. He often refers to guys who also struggle with their rookie years. So just try to keep my confidence up and just telling me to have fun and don't let it break you." Smith added it's been fun building a rapport with Green throughout the year. "I feel like we've been growing closer off-season, learning each other's spots, just building that relationship off the floor, building that relationship on the floor," Smith said. "I feel like it's coming together."